Blade! Here I come!
I'll finish you here and now!
Where are you going?
It's on! Ignite! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Going in! Try this!
Lunar corruption!
Rip and tear!
Infernal Torrent!
Lunar blow!
You're mine!
I'm all stuffed up!
You're finished!
Mega Ray!
Storm!
Going in!
Sword Rain Alpha!
I'll tear you apart!
Come on!
Now!
This should do it!
By the
Here I come! Sword Rain Alpha! Win!
Pierce evil!
Tiger
Come
Blade!
on!
Freeze Lancer!
Now
Finish
Arch Blade corrupted!
Here I come!
Tiger Blade!
Back into the fray!
Take this!
Here goes!
I'm not done!
Tiger Blade!
Slice! Sword Blade!
Resuscitation! Time to shine!
Not done yet!
Confiscating!
Big Blast!
Mega Ray!
This one's all mine! Not today!
Here's roar! Ready!
Sword Rain
Where are
Alpha!
you going?
I can carve through armor!
Swallow Blade!
Going
You're
in!
finished!
Glacial Iron!
Just here!
Try harder! My turn!
Crumble!
You
By the
escape!
power of water!
Storm!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Make it red!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Eat this!
You're mine!
Tiger
You're
Blade!
finished!
Eagle Fly!
Swallow Blade!
I'll finish you here and now! Tiger
I'm not
Blade!
done!
Lunar
Sword
corruption!
Rain Alpha!
Downward Aqua!
That's it! Tiger Blade!
That move!
Here comes the big one!
It's charged!
Thanks, Kisara! Resuscitation! Art Steel!
Now, not ever!
Would you throw enough?
Here I go!
Here I come! Sword Rain Alpha!
Not on my watch! I'm out
I'm
of
on you!
ammo! Back into the
You
front!
escape!
Going in!
Swallow Blade!
We're ready!
Ignite!
Ready and rare! Tiger
Where are
Blade!
you going?
You're mine!
Now you see what I can do! Now
Let's
in the
get
groove!
through!
Eat this!
Severing Wing!
Talon
This
Hurricane! Eagle
Severing
Fly!
Wing!
Tiger Blade! Storm!
Back into the fray!
You're mine! You're finished!
Lunar corruption!
Going in!
There you Now right in the groove! Water God!
I'll bring you back from
Tiger
death
Blade!
to
Rip
biz!
and tear!
I'll bring you back from death to biz!
This one's mine! So fine not
This
too long
one's heal
ago.
the healing art! First aid!
Down!
Oh, ready to go!
Here I come!
Ready!
Talon Hurricane! Eagle Fly!
Tornado!
Anything in armor is all mine!
This one's mine! It's weakened! This one's mine!
Carve
This
through
ends
armor!
now! Burn!
Going in! Here
Take this!
flame of fury!
I'm just getting started!
Glacial
You
Spear!
escape!
Pierce evil!
Sword Rain
Freeze
Alpha!
Lancer!
Severing Wing!
Tear you apart!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
It was nice while it lasted.
Try harder! My turn! Take this!
Ready to go!
It's over! Sword Rain Alpha!
Go! You're mine! Annihilate!
This should do it!
Flame of fury! Burning strike! I'll bring you back from death to biz!
Here I come! Sword Rain Alpha!
Here's a healing art!
Do it! Sweetheart!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here's a healing art!
Steel! Flaming Meteor!
Not on my watch! Mega Ray!
Tiger Blade! Sword!
Going in! Here's a healing art!
Tiger
You may be strong, but I'll never back down! I can't move!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! What? Here I go! I never miss! Time to shine! I'll fix you up! I'm almost impressed!
That praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Sword Rain Alpha! It's over!
Come on!
Here! Flame of Fury!
Dazzle!
Ready!
Rising Wyvern!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Eat dirt! Here I come!
Not on my watch!
Here comes something big!
Try to dodge!
Stay away from my friends! This isn't looking good. Double Demon Fang!
Here's a healing art! Going in!
Armor won't save you!
First
I
aid!
owe you one. Win!
Tiger Blade! Corruption! This one is mine! Here's a
Is
healing
this
art!
it? This should do it!
Flame of Fury! Burning Strike!
Whirlwind Snap!
I'm ready to go!
Swallow Blade!
Hurricane!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Eagle
Crush!
Fury! Burning Strike!
Astral Ice!
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Eagle
This
Fly!
should do it!
Storm! Tiger Blade!
Sword Rain
Orange Seal! Reload! Here's a healing art! First aid! Hear me! Flame of
such a
Fury! Glacial Spear! Evil!
Here I come! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship! Ridiculous! Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Mahag-Saar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elder Menancia. Go. To Mahag-Saar, Ganath Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you all right with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream? What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Miguel entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
We've reached our destination.
You all arrived here from Cyslodia, yes? In that case... You should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Dahnans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Lagiel?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Dahnan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elde Menancia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elde Menancia Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now,
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even...
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shionne?
No, she's absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Mahag Saar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind...
Right, here goes! Here I come! Ready to go! You're on! It's over! Slash!
Lightning orb!
You picked the wrong fight! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. The tide of battle has turned.
I'll leave it to you!
Power of comrades in arms.
Comrades in arms.
What? Too sentimental?
You know, Law,
Makes you realize what?
maybe thinking too much gets in the way sometimes.
Could have been worse.
What could this be?
Hoo hoo. Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo! Maybe something's going on in the forest.
A fish!
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Where should I cast my line? Ha! Nothing's biting. I've got something. Dagnabbit! It got away. And that's all there is to it.
Wow. Kisara?
Oh,
Looks like we're going to...
that's how fishing goes.
Okay!
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Ha! Reel it in. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it!
I've got something. Dagnabbit! It got away. I'm always amazed what he... arts can do.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
I can't...
Looks perfect and...
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives. So it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol. The one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
See you tomorrow. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I won't forgive you!
Sword Raid Alpha! Win! Swallow dance!
A comfortable win.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Severing Blade! Mirage! It's over! Swordland Alpha!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Well, looky here.
Catching a cold? Here, have this herb I found earlier.
I'm fine, thanks.
Dispose of the trash.
Win! Come and face me!
Sweet dreams.
This is bad, right?
So those are Ganon after all.
Ready to go.
Something you want to say? Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
Over so soon?
Right, here goes! Take this!
Glacial Spear.
Severing Blade! Soda! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor. Careful. That's no ordinary Zoogle.
Yeah? Well, we're no ordinary party either.
over!
Can't get out of this!
Talon Storm! Slot! Ready and ready! Swallow Blade!
Do it! Lunar Corruption!
Sword
Go
Blade
for the
Alpha!
weak point!
Swallow Blade!
Raging Storm!
Not today!
Annihilation! Let's give it a whirl!
Take it! First strike! That's enough! Talon Hurricane! Take it!
Flame of
Eagle
Fury!
Electric
Burn
Tiger!
it! Dance in the wind!
An Astro
Here's a healing That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Here! First aid!
Sonic Thrust!
That's away!
Sword Blade Alpha!
They're not playing around!
Yeah,
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Where are you going?
Now you see what I can
They're
do!
crumbling!
Now we beat the crap out of them!
Remind me to stay on your good
You
side.
picked the wrong
Never
fight!
can!
Sword Blade Alpha!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Could have been worse.
Hey, new equipment! Always good to be back in familiar territory.
All right!
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah.
Hello. Kisara.
Right. We should be able to cook here.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
That looks like the Zoogle we were told about.
Out of our way!
Severing Wind! Here I come!
In a vine?
Severing Wind comes!
Glacial Fury!
Pull it together, Law.
Sorry, right. I'm calm.
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Damn it!
Did you just kill me?
Yes,
Only
I
I've
need
been
you,
more
remember?
careful.
Right.
Glacial Spear. Here's evil.
You're mine! Win! Mirage! It's over! It's on! It's too much!
Go take this!
I can't move! I'm on it!
Here's evil. Gale Force. Dance in the wind.
I'll run you through!
I'll bring you back from death. Let the marksman
Nothing fighting.
Crossblade. Mega Ray. Watch and
Oh, quit staring and concentrate on the fight.
I don't take orders from you. I never miss.
You're mine! This one's all mine!
Gale Force.
Take this!
I'll bring you back from death to let's go.
Ignite!
My astral lightning condemned. Resuscitation. Ready.
Crush! Sword Rain Alpha! Swallow Blade!
There you go. Don't let up. One
Sword
more.
Rain Alpha!
Light here. Still full.
Ready to go!
Light
Can't end here!
Up and out. Let's go.
Talon Hurricane!
I'll bring you. Resuscitation!
Iona!
Radiant Pierce! Radiant Pierce! I'm out of ammo!
Try harder! You're mine!
One more!
Flash!
I can't heal you forever!
No escape! Win!
This one's mine! Mega Ray!
You're mine!
This one's mine!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Swallow Dance!
Tiger Blade! Lunar Corruption! Eagle Assault!
You require a hand.
One more! Tiger Blade!
Eat this!
Far enough!
You're done!
Its defenses are down.
I'll beat it to
Run!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Where are you going?
Mission in the group!
Nothing!
Field! Radiant Blade!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Blade!
You Quiver Dragon!
I'm out of ammo. Back into the fray.
I let my guard down.
Let's end this and get a bite to eat instead.
This realm doesn't seem like such a bad...
All done.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
That thing looks like trouble.
Gotta break through!
Don't mind if I do.
all mine!
Lunar corruption! Here comes!
Now you see what I can do!
Go for the weak point!
Take this!
Go! I'm only getting started! Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Sword Rain out!
Will this help? Sleep now.
I've let you all down.
You paid for that!
Thank you. Here's lightning orb! Freeze Lancer! I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Severing wind!
Magic Shazam!
Not done yet! Sword Rain Alpha! Wind! I can't move!
Where are you going? Air thrust! Photon lightning condense! Hurricane! Death's abyss!
It's time!
Resuscitation!
First strike! You're done!
Photon flash! Reload! Dance
In a bind?
I'm all set!
Sword!
Annihilation!
Hurricane!
Here comes! Don't mind if I do!
I'm just getting started!
Photon annihilation! Here is flame of fury! Big strike!
Eat this!
Eat dirt!
With astral energy! Raging
Sword Rain
cascade!
Alpha!
Lunar corruption!
Oh, now you're talking! Go away!
Try harder! No, stay away from my friend! It's over!
Raging cascade! Sleep now. I'll bring you back from death. More for the stockpile. Resuscitation! Radiant! Here!
Here I come!
Whoa!
You're finished! Take this!
It's time!
Lightning orb! There! Go! If it's
Here I
in the
come.
sky, it's
Now,
mine!
while it's reeling!
Take it down!
You're finished!
Far enough!
This one's all mine!
Raging cascade!
Burn!
Reload! Now they're back in
Sword
sleep
Rain
mode.
Alpha!
It looks like you've got something covered.
Here I come!
Take
it!
Ready!
You're finished!
Don't mind if I do.
Bring you back from death's abyss.
Raging storm!
It's your mind! You're on!
Eagle
Portal Blade!
Get on in there with the others.
Here I come!
Not my finest.
Here goes! Steering Reload! One at a time!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Light astral!
Not done yet!
Lunar blast!
Now we're
Into
not-
the fray! Hit! Gemini Auto!
You're mine!
Photon blast! Dance in the wind!
Far enough. I'll bring
Sword
you back
Rain
from
Alpha!
death's abyss.
In a bind?
Light astral energy! I can't hold on much longer! Ryan,
I'm not
here!
done! Is this it?
Thunderbolt! I'm ready!
Talon Heart! Hey!
I never miss! Now!
Dragon!
Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Lightning! Thunder field! Raging cascade! Gemini Aura! Arc field! Not on my watch! No more playing nice! Lightning flame of fury! Flame of fury! Raging cascade! They're not playing around!
It's time to finish this. Die! Consuming wildfire!
Searing flame! Reload!
I'm back into the fray.
It was nice while it lasted.
Mega ray! Annihilation! Raging cascade!
Leave the charges to me.
Here's evil! Freeze Lancer!
Far enough.
One more! Mega
No
ray!
further!
Raging cascade! I'm on! Lightning condense!
Away!
Thunderblade! Graviton field! This one's mine!
Where are you going?
Not my finest.
I'm impressed. Lightning condense!
Glacial
Thunderblade! Here's Raging cascade! Freeze Lancer! Ow! Take that! Here! Bullseye! Lightning condense!
Glacial Spear!
Thunderblade! Lightning condemned! Thunderblade! Searing flame! Reload! One more!
Glacial Spear!
Take this!
Lightning! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning? Not on my watch!
Nothing gets
Glacial
by
Spear!
me!
Pierce evil!
Lightning condemned!
Freeze Lancer!
Thunderblade!
Far enough!
Thunderblade! Rage! They're not playing around! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning! Strike! Lightning condemned! Lightning! Thunderblade! Raging cascade! I can't feel it. Annihilation! Here! Flame of
Too
fury!
fast!
Burning!
Stand back. I'll...
We finally made it.
I think I'll try to make that new... recipe with this.
All right, but I'll decide how spicy it is.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Are you just going to keep standing around or what?
Sorry, I'm just getting prepped over here.
Huh? I think someone's calling out for us.
They could have something they need from us.
What? Whoops.
We've reached our destination.
Got a bad feeling about this one.
Me too.
man. I hope I live long enough to regret this. I can carve
If they
through
rush
armor.
you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Lightning orb! I'll run
Go for the
through.
weak point! In here! It looks like you got this one covered!
Glacial Spear, pierce Glacial Spear, pierce evil!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Glacial Spear, pierce Glacial Spear. Pierce evil!
This should do it. This one's mine.
Ready to go!
Glacial Spear, pierce evil!
Denied!
Take this! In a bind?
Freeze Lancer! Glacial, I never miss!
I'm right behind you.
I can carve through armor.
Glacial Spear, pierce evil! I hope this medicine works as promised.
By the power of
Glacial Spear, pierce
What
evil!
did I do?
Glacial Spear, pierce evil!
Freeze Lancer! Lightning Cadet! Thunder Blade!
Glacial Spear, pierce evil!
Sorry.
Freeze Lancer! Here's a healing art! First aid! Here, let me help!
Here I come.
First aid! Glacial Spear, pierce evil!
You're mine. Swallow blade.
Freeze Lancer!
Sword Rain Alpha. Win.
Shattering back from distance!
Over?
Resuscitation!
I'm just getting
Leave the hole!
That does it! That's been a smart.
Glacial Spear, pierce evil!
Freeze Lancer! Raging Storm!
Glacial Spear, pierce evil!
It's time to finish this! Die!
Consuming wildfire!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
far enough.
Thunder Field!
Take this.
It's pinned down.
Light Astrolabe!
I'm not done yet.
In here!
I really owe
Sword Rain Alpha.
Where are you going?
Mega Ray! Gale Force! Alright, it's showtime!
Take this.
Thunder
It's
Blade!
over.
Lunar Blast!
Flush. Come on. Swallow blade. It's over.
Ready and
Sword Rain Alpha.
Now you see what I can do.
This one's
Hey there! Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Alright, Mega Ray! Here goes! Annihilation!
You picked the wrong fight.
Demons Descent!
Flashing bang.
Glacial Spear,
Here I come.
Don't mind if I do!
I'm not done. I'm on it. Swallow blade. Try this.
Freeze Lancer!
Infernal Current.
Nothing for mine. I'm impressed.
Dance in the wind!
Far enough.
No
Field!
further.
Annihilation!
You're mine. Sword Rain Alpha.
They're not
Try
playing
this.
around! I'll heal you!
Blending Flash.
Showtime! Healing Circle! Thank you. It's about to strike! Primed and ready!
Look sharp, everyone. I'm not
What's
done.
happening? This isn't like us at all.
Maybe we're all just lacking that fighting spirit today.
I don't know. You sure that's the only thing we're lacking?
Where are you going?
Swallow blade. Sword Rain out.
I'll heal you all!
Swallow blade. This one's all mine. Coming through. Ha! Melt. Scarlet Inferno.
Here, let me help.
Lightning Cadet!
Ha! Burn in hell.
Thunder Blade!
Here I come. Swallow Dance. Sword Rain Alpha.
Mega Ray! Raging Cascade!
Portal Blade!
Do you require a hand?
Steel!
Here, let me help.
No further!
Thank you.
Glacial Spear.
Here's evil! Raging Storm! Here's a not on my watch!
Can't move!
This can't be happening.
Whirlwind Snap!
I can't lose.
Go
I'm such a failure.
Seal!
I can't heal you forever.
Handy.
Not done yet!
Radiant. Lightning over! Lightning! Photon! Radiant Cascade!
Portal Blade!
Glacial Spear.
We pierce evil! Let's get you all
Here,
tucked
let
away.
me help.
First aid! Up and out! Here I go!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Mega Red!
I'm not done!
Annihilate!
Sword Rain Alpha! Take this!
Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Lightning of Raging Cascade! Lunar Corruption!
Burn!
Steel! Lunar Blast!
Can't get out of this!
Get on it! The enemy is going all out!
Can handle this.
Blah, blah, blah!
Here, let me help.
Free Blaster!
Now I can let loose! It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out.
I want to feel your hand.
You finally made it. Huh? I think someone's calling out.
You have... Oh, here we go. Sorry.
I hear a voice. Somebody's asking for help. Yeah. What? Yeah. Got it. Great. I hate that woman.
She was a handful, wasn't she?
What's wrong with being passionate?
Well... yeah. I don't think I'll ever quite warm up to her, but I can respect her passion for books.
That can't be. No.
Oh, what?
Hey! Oh?
Always good to be back in familiar territory.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
We should be able to cook here. Did we really just spend that much money?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Bad feeling about this.
No further! It's go time! Severing Wind! Mirage! You are the deity! I'm surrounded!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for you and Sterling.
See what I can do! Hurricane!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that thing.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Sword Rain Alpha! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Resonate
Melt! You're finished! Dragon Tail Blade! Sword Rain Alpha! I'm ready! Eagle Assault! Air pressure!
My exploits are bearing fruit. All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart! If he slows down, that's our chance! Swallow
Leave
Blade!
the agile ones to me.
Wind! Mirage!
In a bind?
Slash! Swallow Blade!
Now or never.
Negative gate! No further! Swallow Blade! I'll finish you here and now! Sword Rain Alpha! Ha! You're mine! You shouldn't have messed with me! Elusive deity! Blow away! Take this! Here I crumble! Blow away! Crush! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'll thank you.
Do it!
Elusive deity!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that thing.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'll finish you here and now! Slash! Take this! Do it! Ridwell! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
In a bind? Long enough to regret these.
Swallow blade!
I'll thank you.
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
I'm not feeling so great.
We've got flyers here!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Can you take it? Armor won't save you!
I owe you one.
The enemy wields armor too.
We'll soon see about that!
I'm ready!
Eagle Fly! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A merry distraction.
There's still more... Go!
Swallow blade!
I'm just getting
Severed wing!
Eagle Assault!
Swallow blade! I'm not done!
Take it. Swallow dance!
Here I come!
Now
It's
in the
over!
groove!
It's on! Sword rain out!
He's confiscated! I'm taking too much damage!
Sword rain out!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hear me! Flame of... Let me handle it!
We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Flew away!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Severing wind!
Dragon shell!
Build it!
Radiant light!
You picked the wrong fight! Swallow blade!
won't save you! I'm not so good with Air Force targets.
Sword Raid! I'm on it! Here I am!
Freeze!
I'm ready! Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
On your Radiant Spear! Dragon shell!
Swallow blade!
Spirit flame! Reload!
Severing wind!
Ammo! Back into the
Come
fray!
on!
Mega ray! Annihilation!
Swallow blade!
Gemini Ultra!
Piston! Air Crusher!
Dragon
Here I
Ultra!
come! You hear it now!
Do it!
Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Everyone hanging in there?
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
This one will be difficult to predict.
I'm like bait to them.
It's a duel of the arts!
You'll pay for that!
Negative gate! Resonate with the earth!
Stalagmite! Flame of fury! Burning!
Leave the chargers to me.
From beyond, imbue this vanquished... From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life! Resuscitation!
Freeze laser!
Benediction life!
Not done yet!
Heal! An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Hear me! Flame of Spirit flame!
Elusive deity!
Hear me! Flame of
I thought you were going to wreck the place.
I'm not nearly finished yet.
Thanks for the concern. And I'll provide a simple repayment for a favor owed.
I don't grant favors, and I don't... That's the me.
How are your weapons holding up?
Best not to give me any idea.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Back into the fray!
Now I'm in the groove. I can handle it.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
I think the animals back at the ranch should... be all grown up by now.
you looking at me like that?
This is a true masterpiece.
Shionne, could we talk a moment?
You go ahead and sleep. I'm going to grab another bite to eat first. Come on, guys. We've got lots to do.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! You're on!
I can carve through walls!
Burn in hell!
Flying spree! Like if they just fit through!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
One more! Lightning! Downfall! I'm on it!
Now!
You're on! You're mine!
Eagle Dawn!
It's over!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Time to get fly!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Gemini Alpha!
Swallow Blade!
Eat this!
I'll take you all off! Dragon
Dragon!
Form!
Now I'm in the groove!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Man, I hope I live long enough to regret this. Anything in armor is all right with the
Swallow Blade! Sword Rain Alpha! This one's on! We got fire!
I got this! Let a marksman handle!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Bad feel about this.
First strike!
In a bind?
Ignite! Go away! Slice! Sword Rain Alpha!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Lunar corruption!
Damn it!
This
Too
one's
fast!
mine!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Smash you!
Swallow Blade!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Eat this! Try harder! Not a chance!
Far enough!
Sword Rain out! Try harder! Swallow Blade! It's over! Sword Rain Alpha!
I'll finish you here and
Here
now!
I come! This one's all mine! Ignite!
Another incantation brewing.
Double me! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed blade.
Force field!
Slice! Sword Rain Alpha! Severing wing!
Whirlwind smash!
You're on!
I'll face you.
It appears the end is nigh. Now we're not.
Gemini Alpha!
This is some punishment.
Stay away from... friend! I'm not done!
I'll bring you back from this abyss! Resuscitation!
Ready and ready! Swallow blade! Sword Alpha! I'm ready! Go me! In an instant! Impact block! Swallow blade! Damn! Negative hate! Resonate with the earth!
Now I'm real mad!
Strike! Spotlight!
Quiver blade!
Sword Alpha!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I need to be stronger.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything... that makes battles easier is okay by me.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
I sure builds up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here?
Difficult to predict.
I never miss!
Sword Rain out!
Now you see what I can do!
Sword! First strike! Portal blade! Ignite! Sword Rain Alpha! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cycla! Here I go! Go!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! As tunneling to me!
Sword Rain Alpha! Slash! You're mine! Sword Rain Alpha! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry. I've got your back.
Right, here goes! I'm on it!
Corruption!
Stay calm.
I shall provide assistance.
Swallow Blade!
Steering Blade! Reload!
Swallow Blade!
Benediction.
Radiant Pierce!
Okay, here I go. Sword Rain out! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Leave the enemy's art to me.
No further! No complaints here!
Evil
Tornado won't save you!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Lightning!
This one's all mine!
Can you take it?
Burn!
Deity!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
My exploits are bearing fruit. And thus... our strength yet grows.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Denied! Negative gate! Resonate with the earth!
Here!
No escape!
Slot!
Here I go!
Swallow blade!
Murderando! Such a failure.
Stay away from my friend! Damn it!
Resonate with the earth!
I never
mine!
miss!
Ignite!
Lunar corruption! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
And as my lady
Something you wanted to say?
I can't even swim.
Never mind.
Well, someone seems in tip-top form.
There's nothing new about that.
And still as humble as ever.
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
A hard-won victory.
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
We finally made it.
This is a true masterpiece. No
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried?
What makes...
Well,
It's rude.
sorry.
I am but a... Yet, Keith.
Couldn't it be? It's fun.
Hardly.
But
Certainly. Of course. I pretended.
But you're making...
I would like to... Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving? Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Don't get careless!
Don't tell me!
Here! Here I go! Go! Mega Ray!
Chasing endless endeavors.
Flying freaks! What? If they just sit still!
What's that big tower over there? Not this way, I guess.
I hate camping out.
Not this way, I guess. Not this way, I guess.
Great, now I'm hurt and dirty.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Elde Menancia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being an... Forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Are you just going to keep standing around, or what?
Sorry, I'm just getting prepped over here.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting?
Who even are you? In a bind?
Annihilation!
Can you take it?
Where are you going?
Take this. Now you see what I can do!
Swallow Blade!
Lunar Blast!
Burn in hell! Wide open! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
Speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Yes, that's it. Now forgive me. This is my fault. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with resuscitation. You're such a failure.
Swallow Blade!
Radiant Pierce!
Swallow Blade!
Take this.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Resuscitation!
You're mine! Sword Blade!
Another incantation ruined. Swallow dance!
You're mine!
Take
Another explosive!
Now! Take this! Fly! Swallow blade!
Bring you back from death.
He's kicking my ass back.
I couldn't make it in time.
Forgive me. Take this.
Eat this! I'll bring you back from death.
I healed
Bring you
myself
back from death.
from beyond. Imbue this vanquished soul with life.
Where are you going?
Resuscitation.
I'm on far enough.
Enjoy.
Not in your dreams. The
I
earth
owe you. Resonate with the earth.
I'm out. Back into the fray.
Air pressure. Now, take this. Blow away.
Reload.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
that guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh Renan cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me. But my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah. This doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case,